I throw lecture on the subject compiler design. Subject code CS702. This is for computer science and engineering students. I am Konkon Jana, Assistant Professor of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JS Group. This is module 2 of the subject compiler design, having the subject code CS702. This lecture based on the syllabus of BTech Computer Science and Engineering of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University of Technology, West Bengal, formerly known as West Bengal University of Technology. Contents of Module 2 lecture is syntax analysis, which have 8 lectures in total. The role of a parser, context-free grammars, writing a grammar, top-down parsing, non-recursive predictive parsing, that is LL, bottom-up parsing, handless, viable prefixes, operator precedence parsing, LR parser, SLR, LA, LR parser, generators, YA, CC, error recovery strategies for different parsing technique. Syntax directed translation, which have 4 lectures in total. Syntax directed definitions, construction of syntax trees, bottom up evaluation of S attributed definition, L attributed definitions, bottom up evaluation of inherited attributes. So we will start lecture 4 of module 2 in this session. I am using digital whiteboard for better dictation. Important points and some reference will be written in this board. Writing a grammar. Grammars are capable of describing most but not all of the syntax of programming languages. Suppose, for instance, the requirement that identifiers be declared before they are used cannot be described by a context-free grammar. Therefore, the sequences of tokens accepted by a parser form a superset of the programming language. Subsequent phases of the compiler must analyze the output of the parser to ensure compliance with rules that are not checked by the parser. This lecture begins with a discussion of how to divide work between a lexical analyzer and a parser. We then consider several transformations that could be applied to get a grammar more suitable for parsing. Now, one technique can eliminate ambiguity in the grammar, and other techniques left recursion elimination and left factoring are useful for rewriting grammars so they become suitable for top-down parsing. Now, lexical versus syntactic analysis. As you know, everything that can be described by a regular expression can also be described by a grammar. We may therefore reasonably ask why use a regular expression to define the lexical syntax of a language. There are several reasons. Number one is separating the syntactic structure of a language into lexical and non-lexical parts provides a convenient way of modularizing the front end of a compiler into two manageable sized components. So, the lexical rules of a language are frequently quite simple, and to describe them we do not need a notation as powerful as grammars. Number 3, regular expression, and that generally provide a more conscious and easier to understand notation for tokens than grammar. More efficient lexical analyzers can be constructed automatically from regular expression than from arbitrary grammars. So there are no firm guidelines, as to what to put into the lexical rules as opposed to the syntactic rules. Regular expressions are most useful for describing the structure of construct such as identifier, constraint, keywords, and white space. Now, the grammars, on the other hand, are most useful for describing nested structure such as balanced parentheses, matching begin ends, corresponding if, then, else, and so on. This nested structure cannot be described by the regular expression. Now we need to eliminate the ambiguity. Sometimes an ambiguous grammar can be rewritten to eliminate the ambiguity. As an example, we shall eliminate the ambiguity from the following dangling else grammar. Dangling else grammar. Okay, there is a ambiguity, and this is that grammar. Okay. And it have actually came from this regular expression. This grammar is derived. Here, suppose other stands for any other statement. According to this grammar, the compound conditional statement is derived from this grammar. We have designed this parse tree from this grammar, and this is correct for C. This is well defined expression, and grammar is defined well to get the parse tree. Now go for an ambiguous expression. The expression is if E1 then if E2 then S1 else S2. This expression have no meaning. This is ambiguous. As because whether it will be nested or not, that is not clear. Okay. So we will draw two pass tree for this expression, and that may be this one, okay, SMT, depending on the previous grammar, one is the expression, okay, and this one. So for ambiguity, two pass tree have derived. Now in all programming languages with conditional statement of this form, the first parse tree is preferred, as because the general rule is match each else with the closest unmatched thing. This disambiguating rule can theoretically be incorporated directly into a grammar, but in practice it is really built in the production, as because these two are producing the ambiguity in that senses. Now, how to eliminate the left recursion from the grammar? Elimination of the left recursion of the grammar. Suppose a grammar is left recursive if it has a non-terminal a. If it has a non-terminal a. Okay, it is left recursive if a is non-terminal to that. So that is, there is a derivation a and derivable recursively in that way. Directly or consecutively, zero or more step will be there. It is derived in the way. So how it is possible? This is specifically possible for some string alpha, and this is top-down parsing methods that cannot handle left recursive grammar. So a transformation is needed to eliminate left recursion. So what will be the immediate left recursion? Immediate left recursion where there is a production of the form of that a to a to a alpha, a to a alpha. Clear? Here we will handle the general case. Okay. So the left recursion pair of productions will be as a to a alpha or beta, that is pipette. So that could be replaced by the non-left recursive production, that would be a to beta a dash or a to alpha a dash epsilon. Okay, dot epsilon. Clear? So we have done without changing the string derivable for the non-terminal node A. This rule by itself suffices for many grammars. Okay. Now we'll learn about the algorithm of left recursion very shortly. So in this purpose we have generating this algorithm for left recursion where grammar an equivalent grammar with no left recursion where the grammar is G and the cycle is will be for the epsilon production. For that purpose an equivalent grammar with no recursions will be generated. Now how non-left recursive grammar will be generated that may have a epsilon production. First of all, now we need to arrange the non-terminal nodes in some order, that is A1 to AN. Now for each step I from 1 to m, that will be traversed in that way. Jth from 1 to j minus 1, and that will be replaced for production from A I2 A I2 A J gamma AJ gamma by the production of that from where AJ is the production of that delta 1 up to delta K. This is the AJ productions. Eliminate the immediate left recursion among the AI production. Okay, so this is clear. Okay, so I have end this lecture session. Thank you.